Good morning, and welcome to Redeemer Lutheran Church. I'm Pastor Gary Lodholt. One final time this week, I want to recommend to you Lewis Smedes' book, Forgive and Forget. I think most of us struggle with forgiveness, and I think this book can be very helpful for us in our struggle. If you can't find it, let me know and I can help you. That's what we've been talking about this week. Our topic has been forgive and forget, and we've been looking at the stages of forgiveness that Smedes outlines. Yesterday we looked at the very heart of forgiveness, how we reframe our view of someone who hurt us and see them as fallible, just as we are. In our shared humanity, there is a beginning to excise the cancer of hate within us and begin to move toward forgiveness, and even eventually to have let the hate go so much that we can begin to wish the other person well. In essence, forgiveness sets us free and opens the door to restoring relationship with the person who hurt us. Today we turn to the last stage of forgiveness that Smedes mentions, and frankly, I'm not sure that many of us ever get quite this far. Smedes calls this stage, we come together. And I don't think we do this very well. I've heard over and over from people who have been hurt that they will forgive that person, but they will never have a chance to hurt them again. Frankly, that sounds a bit more like tolerant indifference to another individual rather than forgiveness. Feeling like that is still holding on to the hurt and simply willfully having nothing to do with the person who hurt you ever again. As much as we might want it to be, that's not true forgiveness. What if God said that to us? Well, I'll forgive you that sin, but I never want to have anything to do with you again. Okay, I'll forgive this sin, but I'm not going to deal with you so that you will never have another chance to hurt me or sin against me again. Is that what we want God to do with us? Or do we want God to have mercy on us, forgive us, and re-enter into a relationship of love with us? Somehow that's what we are called to do with each other too. Smedes calls this coming together, but it isn't an easy stage, and one of the most difficult parts of it is the painful honesty that comes with it. In order to come together, he points out, both parties must be truthful and honest about the pain that was caused in the relationship. I must be honest that you hurt me. You must be honest that you hurt me. Most of us would prefer never to speak of it again, but true forgiveness is honest about the pain and hurt, and only then can we move beyond it. And there's risk involved. You must truly intend not to hurt me again. I must truly believe that you will keep that promise. Now, of course, we continue to be fallible human beings, and it might happen again, but that's a risk of any relationship. What we are depending on is our open, frank, truthful commitment to each other. When that happens, we can begin to come together again, renewed and restored. I guess in some ways this is the forget part that most of us struggle with. And it isn't so much that we forget as it is that the hurt becomes irrelevant to our renewed relationship. I'll end with a story I shared in a sermon many years ago. There was a priest in the Philippines, a much-loved man of God, who carried the burden of a secret sin he had committed many years before. He had repented, but still had no peace, no sense of God's forgiveness. In his parish was a woman who deeply loved God and who claimed to have visions in which she spoke with Christ and he with her. The priest, however, was skeptical. To test her, he said, "The next time you speak with Christ, I want you to ask him what sin your priest committed while he was in seminary." And the woman agreed. A few days later, the priest asked, "Well, did Christ visit you in your dreams?" "Yes, he did," she replied. "And did you ask him what sin I committed in seminary?" "Yes." "Well, what did he say?" "He said, 'I don't remember.'" Thanks for watching, and remember to let this day belong to God.